Good morning class, welcome to the next session of solid mechanics. So previous classes we have been discussing on stress and strain when you have a uniform body like this. Okay, all types of loading were applied on a uniform body, means the cross section throughout its length is uniform. Okay, there was no change in diameter in length. Okay, the cross section was uniform. But today we'll discuss analysis of bars with varying cross section. Analysis of bar with varying cross section means, suppose you have a bar like this. Steel bar is of this cross section. Okay, you have two different diameters for this steel bar and you are applying a tensile force on this steel bar. So this is a type of problem in which the cross section of the bar is varying. Okay, throughout the length you have two different lengths here, L1 and L2. The cross sections are A1 and A2. Different cross sections are there. So first we'll derive the formulas accordingly and we will try to solve the problems on this. Okay, suppose you have a bar like this. This is L3 and this is A3. You are applying a tensile force of P to this bar. Okay, now stress in first component, let this be sigma 1. Let stress in A1 be sigma 1. Now tell me what will be the stress in A1. What is the formula for stress? Load upon area, right? So it will be P by A1. Okay, P by A1. Similarly, stress in A2. Sigma 2 will be P by A2. Okay, similarly stress in A3, which is sigma 3 is equal to P by A3. This is the formula of stress. Since there is no change in force, thus this formula will remain same. Okay, P is applied here, P is applied there. Suppose you are applying two forces like this. Let this be 40 kilonewton and this is also 40 kilonewton. So this will be 40 upon area, 40 upon A2, 40 upon A3. Okay, what changes here? A1 will change, A2 will change, A3 will change. Based on the values of areas, stresses are changed. Okay, similarly, when you write strains, okay, please copy this one first. Similarly, we'll have strains. So we have the condition stress is directly proportional to strain, sigma is directly proportional to epsilon, or sigma is equal to E times epsilon, or strain is given by sigma by E. Okay, this relation is there, we have studied, right? Strain is stress by Young's modulus. So if we want to write what is the strain in this component A for, so strain in A1 will be epsilon 1, which is equal to sigma 1 by E. Okay, corresponding stress divided by Young's modulus. Similarly, strain in A2 will be epsilon 2 is equal to sigma 2 by A, or this is also equal to P by A1 into E. Okay, stress is P by A1, sigma 1 is P by A1, or this is also equal to P by A2 into E. Similarly, strain in A3, epsilon 3 is equal to P by A3 into E. Okay, so this is strain. Similarly, if you want to know what is change in length, what is the change in length of bar A1, what is the change in length for component A2, change in length for component A3, that also you can calculate by using formula of delta L. Okay, what is epsilon is equal to delta L by L. Okay, change in length upon original length. If I want what is delta L, it is epsilon into capital L. Okay. Now, if I want to calculate delta L1, this will be epsilon 1 into L1. Okay, so I'll substitute epsilon 1 I have, right? It is P by A1 into P by A1 into E. So this will be P by A1 into E multiplied by L1, or this is equal to PL1 by A1E. Okay. Similarly, what will be delta L2? Delta L2 is equal to PL2 by A2 into E, and delta L3, change in length of component 3, PL3 by A3 into E. Okay. Now, total change in length means because of loading, what is the final deformation of this A1, A2 and A3, that can be calculated. This total delta L will be equal to delta L1 plus delta L2 plus delta L3. So this will be equal to P into L1 by A1 into E plus P into L2 by A2 into E plus PL3 by A3 into E. So this is what will be the final answer if I take P by E as common. Change in length delta L will be equal to P by E is common, it will be L1 by A1 plus L2 by A2 plus L3 by A3. Correct? Total change in length will be P by E times of L1 by A1 plus L2 by A2 plus L3 by A3. This is the formula to calculate what is the final deformation of this total component A1, A2, A3. Okay. If you want to calculate what is deformation in A1, this will be the formula. Delta L1 will be PL1 by A1 into E. A2 into E or A3 into E will give you individual deformations. If you want to calculate total deformations, this is the formula. Okay. Suppose the component is like that. These two parts are made up of steel and this is of brass. Okay, these two parts A1 and A2 are made of steel and A3 is a brass component. So what component will change? Which component will change? Areas will remain same. Okay, I am telling you this is made up of steel, this is made up of steel. Now this is made up of brass. So which component will change? Load will change? No. Length will change? No. Area, it won't change. What changes is Young's modulus will change. Young's modulus of steel is different, of brass is different, of wood is different, of glass is different. Okay. So if you have different components, the delta L will be equal to P by L1 by A1E E1 plus L2 by A2 E2 plus L3 by A3 E3. This will be the formula if you have different materials different materials are used. Okay. So clear? So we'll solve one problem. question is like this: an axial pull of 35,000 Newton is applied on a bar with varying cross section shown in figure. Calculate first one, stress in each bar. Second, total elongation. Take E is equal to 2 10 power 5 megapascal. So you are given a bar like this which is having varying cross section. Now E is given to you. E is 2 10 power 5. It is made up of steel, and also it is a uniform bar. Okay, there is no change in material. Material is same, but what changes here is the cross section is changing. Okay, now how much load is applied? It is 35,000 Newton or 35 kilonewton. So first we'll take first bar. So if this is given, all these bars are circular bars. What is given is diameter for you. Okay, diameter is given to you. D1 is equal to 2 centimeters, which is 20 mm. Okay, load applied P is 35,000 newtons. Okay, if I want to calculate stress in first component, sigma 1 will be P by A1, which is equal to 35,000 divided by pi by 4 into 20 square. Don't consider it to be a rectangular bar. Area is not 20 by 20. Okay, it is a circular bar which diameter is given to you. Length of bar is given as 20 centimeter. 111.40. Please check the answer. One mistake you are doing. 35,000, right? Pi by 4 into 20 square. How much is the answer? 0.40 Newton per millimeter square. Correct. Next, I want one more calculator in the class to check the answer. Now next is sigma 2. We'll go to sigma 2. D2 also we know D2 is 30 millimeter, and similarly D3 is given to you as 50 millimeter. So if you want to calculate sigma 2, it will be P by A2, which is 35,000 divided by pi by 4 into 30 square. Similarly, sigma 3 will be P by A3, which is 35,000 divided by pi by 4 into 50 square. 49.5. This is 49.51 Newton per millimeter square. Check the units also. This is in Newton, this is in millimeter. Okay, millimeter square will be there. Why? Because this is area, right? This is 17.82 Newton per millimeter square. Finished? Now, similarly, what is asked in the problem? You need to calculate total elongation also. Okay, total elongation, you have the formula. Total elongation, it is denoted by delta L, which is equal to delta L1 plus delta L2 plus delta L3. Okay, now this is equal to, what is delta L1? PL by AE. Okay, delta is PL by AE, delta L is. Okay, so this is P into L1 by A1 into E. Okay, or plus this is P into L2 by A2 into E plus P into L3 by A3 into E. This is also equal to sigma 1 L by sigma 1 L1 by E plus sigma 2 L2 by E plus sigma 3 L3 by E. Okay, what is P by A? P by A is nothing but sigma, right? So P by A1 I am writing as sigma 1, P by A2 is sigma 2, P by A3 is sigma 3. So I'll substitute directly here. What is sigma 1? 111.4 multiplied by L1 is 200. 20 centimeter converted into millimeters will be 200 divided by 2 into 10 power 5 plus sigma 2 is, what is the answer for sigma 2? 49.5 multiplied by L2. L2 is 250 divided by 2 into 10 power 5 plus sigma 3 is 17.82 multiplied by 200 divided by 2 10 power 5. Tell me what is the answer? 0.114. Finished? 0. So plus 0.061 plus 0.017. Now add all these values. 0.6, 0.114 plus 0.061 plus 0.17, 0.017. 0.192 mm. See the units. I am writing this in millimeters. Now this is given in megapascal. Okay, I told you 2 10 power 5 megapascal will be directly equal to 2 10 power 5 Newton per millimeter square. 1 megapascal is equal to 1 Newton per millimeter square. I told you in the last class also. Okay, so directly substituting here, and the stress what we have got, it is also in Newton per millimeter square. These two units will be cancelled. Newton per millimeter square, Newton per millimeter square. These two will be cancelled. What remains is millimeters. So millimeters. So next problem is a member is formed by connecting, this is visible in the cone, right? A member is formed by connecting a steel bar to an aluminium bar of different cross section. Assuming the load to be axial, calculate the magnitude of load that will cause the total length of member to decrease by 0.25 millimeter. Okay, take E for steel as 2 × 10⁵ MPa and E for aluminium is 7 × 10⁴ MPa. Now see here, this is a column given to you which is made up of two components. First component is an aluminum bar, second component is a steel bar with varying cross section. One is 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter and another is 5 centimeter by 5 centimeter, also varying in length. Okay, what is not given to here is load. You need to calculate load so that the total deformation delta L is 0.25 millimeter. Okay, this is asked in the problem. Now L1 is given to you as 30 centimeter, which is 300 millimeters. Similarly, L2 is 380 millimeters. Cross section of A1. Now see the bar. This is not a circular bar. You are given 5 centimeter by 5 centimeter, means this is a square bar. Now this is also a square bar of 10 centimeter by 10 centimeters. A1 will be 50 by 50, which is equal to 2500 millimeter square. What happened? Similarly, A2 is 100 by 100, which is equal to 1 × 10⁴ millimeter square. Okay, so these are the given quantities. Also you are given Young's modulus of steel and Young's modulus of aluminium. Okay, now what is the formula you have? Delta L, which is equal to P into L1 by A1 E1 plus P into L2 by A2 into E2. Why I am taking E1 and E2? Why? Because I have two different components here. Okay, now what can be taken as common here? P is common. This will be L1 by A1 E1 plus L2 by A2 into E2. If I want to calculate P, this will be delta L times of A1 E1 by L1 plus A2 E2 by L2. What is to be calculated here? You want P. Delta L is already given to you. So this goes this side. P will be equal to, this will be reciprocated, right? L1 A1 by E1 into A1 E1 by L1 plus A2 E2 by L2. Now substitute all the values here. What is delta L? Delta L given to you 0.25 multiplied by, or else we'll solve like this only. Don't convert here. Okay, we'll solve like this. Delta L is 0.25. This is equal to P multiplied by, what is L1? 300 divided by A1. A1 is 2500 into E1 is 2 × 10⁵. Okay, first is a steel bar. Now plus L2 is 380 divided by A2 is 1 × 10⁴ multiplied by 7 × 10⁴. Do one thing, simplify this answer first. We'll divide by 0.25.
2.857.
This is 2.857. 10 power minus 3. Please check the answer. 300 divided by 2 10⁵ into 2500. 6 into P multiplied by 6 into 10⁻⁻7 plus (380 by 1 into 10⁻⁻4). Okay, 380 by 7. Tell me 380 by 7. 380 by 7. 380 by 7, tell me the answer. 54.28 10 power minus 8. Okay, now add these two. 6 into 10 power minus 7 plus 54.28 10 power minus 8.
54.2.
One 1.14 into 10 power minus 6 times P, which is equal to 0.25, or P is equal to 0.25 divided by 1.14 10 power minus 6. 219.29 kilonewton. 219.29 kilonewton into 10 power 3 Newton. Next problem, a steel bar is subjected to a tensile load of 160 kilonewton, that is the cross section of the bar shown. Okay, you have two parts of 6 centimeter and 6 centimeter diameter on either side of a steel bar. These are also made up of steel. Okay, total length of the bar is 40 centimeters. A load of 160 tensile is applied on either side. Okay. If the stress in middle portion is limited to 150 Newton per millimeter square, determine the diameter of the middle portion. Okay, the diameter of this middle portion is not given to you. Okay, you need to calculate diameter if the stress is limited to 150 Newton per millimeter square. Stress is limited in which portion? Middle portion. Okay, the middle portion, the stress is limited to 150 Newton per millimeter square. Determine the diameter. Now, also find the length of middle portion if the total elongation is not to exceed 0.2 millimeter, means delta L is not to exceed 0.2 millimeter. So first we'll write down what are the given data given to you. You are given load of 160 kilonewton. Okay, now stress in middle portion, let it be sigma 2, sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma 3. Stress in middle portion is not to exceed 150 Newton per millimeter square. Should not be more than 150 Newton per millimeter square. Now determine diameter of middle portion. D2 is to be calculated. Okay, no talking please. And also you want L2. L2 is also to be calculated if delta L is equal to 0.2 millimeters. Okay, delta L is 0.2 millimeter. Now see the problem. You can calculate D2 directly. Okay, this should not to exceed 150 millimeter. You know the formula. Sigma 2 is equal to P by A2. Okay, sigma 2 you know it should not exceed 150. Take it equal to 150 is equal to P divided by P is 160 into 10 power 3 because it is in kilonewton. Okay, and that is given in Newton per millimeter square. Okay, now area of second portion will be pi by 4 into D2 square. Okay, now tell me what is D2 from this? D2 square is equal to 150 into pi by 4 divided by 160 10 power 3 under root. Sorry, d2 square is equal to 160 10 power 3 divided by pi by 4 into 150. Tell me the answer for d2. 36.85 millimeter. Okay. $36.85 millimeters. Check the answer. Correct? Okay, correct. Next also you should compute L2. Okay. Now you know L1 plus L2 plus L3 is equal to, yes, here what is your problem? Correct answer, wrong answer? Correct answer?
Correct.
Finished. Now L2 is to be calculated. What is L1 plus L2 plus L3? 40 centimeter or 400 millimeters. Okay. I want to calculate L2 here. So L2 will be equal to 400 minus of L1 plus L3. 500 minus L1 minus L3. Sorry, 400. So now I'll use the formula of delta L. What is the formula for delta L? What is the formula for delta L? P into L1 by A1 into E plus P into L2 by A2 into E plus P into L3 by A3 into E. I can take E as same by because E, this is a complete steel bar. This is not a compound bar. Okay, this is a steel bar. E is same for all the portions. Now what is P? This delta L is given to you. This is 0.2 millimeters. What is P? P is 160 multiplied by L1 divided by what is A1? Pi by 4 into 6 square. We'll calculate A1 here. A1 equal to A3 equal to pi by 4 into 60 square. Tell me what is the answer? Pi by 4 into 60 square. 0.785 into 60 square. 243 mm square. Similarly, you can calculate A2 now. Why? Because we got D2. We got D2, right? We can calculate A2. Okay. This is pi by 4 into 36.85 square. Tell me what is the answer for A2? Pi by 4 into 36.85 square. 10 mm square. Okay. Now we'll substitute this all the values here. So what is A1? 2827.4 multiplied by 2 10 power 5. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll take 160 by 2 10 power 5 common. Okay, P by E is common. 160 or 150, 160 into 10 power 3 divided by 2 into 10 power 5. Okay, now this will be L1 by 2827.4 plus L2 by 1066.5 plus L3 by 2827.4. I am erasing this initial part. Okay, so L1 by 2827.4. See that all the units should be in Newton or Newton and millimeters. Okay, now this is in Newton, this is Newton per millimeter square. This all four areas, all three areas are in millimeter square. Now this is also given to you in millimeters. Okay, so we'll try to simplify. See here, what is L2 is equal to? L2 is equal to 400 minus this value. Okay, so 0.2 is equal to 160 10 power 3. Okay, tell me the answer for this one. 0.8 into L1 by 2827.4 plus what is L2? L2 is equal to 400 minus L1 plus L3. 400 minus L1 plus L3 whole divided by 1066.5. Okay. Next, plus L3 divided by 2827.4 or 0.8 is equal to 0.2 is equal to 0.8 into L1 plus L3 divided by 2827.4 plus 400 minus L1 plus L3 whole divided by 1066.5. Tell me the answer for L1 plus L3 is equal to. What is the answer for L1 plus L3 is equal to? 214.15 millimeters. L1 plus L3 is equal to 214.15 millimeters. Okay. Now L2 will be equal to 400 minus 214.15. Tell me what is the answer? 185.85 millimeters.